Have you ever thought about selling your craft products? You sit there and you think, okay, I love to make all this stuff and I would love to make money doing something that I enjoy. So what about selling your products? How do you sell your products? Well, a lot of people do the one-offs, where they'll take an order here, they'll take an order there, customize something and sell it to individuals. And that's awesome. But in this video today, I'm gonna encourage you guys to think bigger, to think wholesale. So what I mean by that is there's a lot of things that you can make that people might want to buy on a larger scale. So as you guys are familiar with, I do coffee mugs and tumblers are a huge passion of mine, and that is what I sell, and that's what I sell in wholesale. But it can be intimidating when you're thinking about trying to branch into wholesale when you're used to just making items here or there one-offs, because that's how I started. I started with Etsy, just making individual orders as they came in. So I'm going to take you through how to start in wholesale, how to find people that you could sell to wholesale, how to reach out to them, what to say, and then also what a meeting looks like when you do possibly meet with a wholesale potential client. So you're going to come along with me, come along with my journey as I do just that, and hopefully it can inspire and encourage you and help you on your journey of going into the wholesale world. So the very first thing you have to do when you're branching into wholesale is you have to decide what you're selling. So once you decide what you're selling, you can look at what your market is. So for example, I like to sell coffee mugs in 20-ounce tumblers. So my market is coffee shops, since I'm selling coffee mugs. I'm going to search for coffee shops because they would possibly be interested in buying coffee mugs wholesale. So I'm going to go to coffee shops and I'm going to search my area. I am in the Nashville area, so I'm going to search the suburbs around Nashville. So I'm going to go to Mount Juliet, Tennessee, because that's a suburb of Nashville. I'm going to go ahead and click search, and then this is going to bring up for me my local coffee shops. So I'm going to go through here, and to me, when I look at this, I see every single one of these shops as a potential opportunity. Okay, maybe not Starbucks. They're too big. I don't hit up the massive corporate chains. So when I'm looking for these coffee shops, I'm looking for smaller mom and pop coffee shops. You may be asking why? Why wouldn't you just go for the bigger ones if you're going wholesale? Well, the reason being, anytime you're dealing with a corporate location, you have like corporate headquarters, things like that. The decision-making ability is not usually within the store. This is the one I'm going to be doing today, Billy Goat Coffee Cafe. Next, what I do is I click on the website of the company that I'm interested in, and I look around. I see what they already offer so that I kind of have a frame of reference when I'm contacting them to see what they have, what they might need. Now, even if somebody is already selling something on their website that I offer, I will still reach out to the company and I will still ask, because you never know, you might be able to beat the price of what they're paying now. And something else to consider that you offer as a smaller crafter is that you can do smaller numbers than the larger companies. And what I mean by that, for example, with coffee mugs, you can go online to these really big companies that make coffee mugs, custom mugs with business logos, and you can buy them in bulk. But typically, they will make the customer, these small businesses, buy 70 or more in one time, and that's a lot. And a lot of small businesses don't really want to commit to that many of one item. So that being the case, you have an advantage as a small crafter doing into wholesale. You can come in and say, hey, I can make these items that you want, that this big company is going to charge you 70. My wholesale number is 20. Would you be interested? Okay, so what I do then is I either send a message through the company. So you see, you have an option. You can come up here and you can call them. A lot of times you can come to their contact information and you can either email them, see, drop us a line right here. But what I have found to be really, really interesting is that most companies nowadays are huge into social media. So what I've been doing is I have been contacting them mainly through social media. I will use the Google search to get me started, to help me find the companies, to help me kind of research them a little bit about it. And the next thing I do is I jump into Facebook. I go and I specifically look up the coffee shop's page. So now that I found them on Google, I'm going to social media and I'm typing in their information. So using the same example of Billy Goat Coffee Cafe, this is what their social media page looks like. So I click on that contact us button, send us a message thing, and I send a message. Now, what do you say when you do this? And why do I choose to use social media contacting over, say, a telephone number? And I'll tell you why. I choose to use social media for a couple of reasons. One being, I could call them, but they're a coffee shop and a cafe, so they are very, very busy. I want to contact them in a way that they have this information, that I've approached them, but that they don't feel put on the spot. Because I feel like if I just walk in and they're slammed with customers, I'm going to get a no, because they're just busy in that moment with a customer and they're making money. So what I want to do is I want to come in as an option, but I want to come in as a casual option that they can pursue and that they can look at on their own time, which is why I'm going to social media. And also, a lot of companies I have found nowadays are more responsive on social media. What do you say when you contact a company and you're trying to get, basically to gauge their interest, to see if they're even interested in your product wholesale? The message I sent through Facebook Messenger to the Billy Goat Coffee Cafe. I put, "Hi, I'm a local resident that makes custom coffee mugs. They're dishwasher and microwave safe. I also offer 20-ounce skinny reusable tumblers, travel tumblers. Would the Billy Goat Coffee Cafe be interested in custom coffee mugs and tumblers with your logo on them? I work with other cafes in the area and would love to offer you a free sample with your logo. I offer wholesale pricing. Would it be possible to stop by and show you the available options? Thank you." And I signed it my name. Couple things to point out here with that message. One, it's pointing out that I'm local. I think that's huge, because then people know that you're not just some random person that's just spamming people. You are local to the area. You can get them the product quickly. You can be back and forth. You can make sure that they are satisfied with their purchase. The next thing that I want to point out is that I put in there, I would love to offer you a free sample. Everybody loves free stuff. Remember that. So I find that this is a good way to get my foot in the door. It basically gives the person an option to be able to see what their logo would look like without committing at first. And since people love the free stuff, it gets me an opportunity to get to a meeting. I want them to say yes to a face-to-face meeting so that I can bring them samples, I can bring them all the different mug colors, styles, sizes, everything they have to choose from, and they can meet me. And we can kind of build that business relationship, if you will. Now, when you go and you are meeting with these people, make sure that you bring your business cards as well, and as a price sheet that you are doing. So know when you walk in what your wholesale pricing is. And what I mean by that is, how many do you consider to be wholesale, because that is relative to your business, and then what is the pricing that you are going to be doing. Do you have a one set price across the board, or the more you order, the less the number goes down? These are all things that you want to know so that you can present this when you walk in. Okay, so here we are at the cafe and ready to go inside. Okay, so that went really well. I didn't film a whole lot inside. I'll put up pictures of what the coffee shop and everything looked like. But basically it was just a drop off today, because we've been corresponding online, and this particular coffee shop, I have done more than one order with them before. So I already knew them from my past orders with them. But all I did was drop off the free sample, and she is going to take it to her business partner, and she's going to let me know exactly how many she's going to order. She's trying to decide between 30 and 40 tumblers. So that is all that we're doing at this moment. So once that order comes in and she tells me the exact number, I will go ahead and start production. Now, I do want to mention that when I do wholesale orders, I do take half of the payment up front. Why is that? Because that at least covers my cost. I do not want to have custom tumblers, up to 40 custom tumblers, that they then decide that they don't want, that they haven't paid for, because that hurts me financially, obviously. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna wait to hear back. I'll take half the payment up front and we will produce the order. So stay tuned, because in the next episode I will let you know how many they ordered and we will make those tumblers. Thanks for watching, and go for it. Go wholesale. Think big. Sell your crafts. Make money doing something that you love.